All
Hello.
right. Hello. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Uh, d- well, first of all, Amy, it's my birthday, and I'll
I
tell you.
You didn't let me say it first.
Oh my gosh!
I was gonna wait until you were like, "All right, we're on the air," and I was
So
like,
we're on the air,
"Happy
Wi-Fi.
birthday,
Oh
guy!"
my gosh, that is, of all the things I've done in my life, having Amy Lee wishing me a happy birthday is not one I expected out of my life.
Well, I hope you are having a happy birthday.
It's been great so far. I'm 38 years old. I'm 2 years away from 40, and it's all
Nice.
downhill from there, man. It's all.
No, 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 it's not. I'm 43.
Oh
I
yeah.
gotta tell you, if I had been in my 20s guessing, where do you think you're gonna be when you're in your 40s? I'd be like, retired,
Yeah.
like being a mother, being tired,
Having a
like just
Roth IRA.
hanging out. Yeah, and that's so not true. I feel like I'm busier and more motivated and more invigorated than ever in my life. So,
Dude, that is one thing we're gonna hit on here right now,
right.
especially. I mean, of course, Amy Lee from Evanescence here hanging out on a Zoom call, which is let me gush for a second. It's been kind of a unique week. What are you gonna name? Josie Scott from former of Saliva was in studio about a couple days
Nice.
ago, and I'm a teen of the 2000s, so
Okay.
when Evanescence, Saliva,
Sure.
Disturbed, all those bands were coming out,
Mhm.
and that was my era. That was my era
Awesome.
that I was hearing you guys, and it's so crazy, and it was very much of like a full circle situation. So I'm like, I have Josie Scott here in studio, and now I'm talking to Amy Lee, and I'm like, what the hell is happening?
I know. It's like when in the 90s, like bell bottoms were cool again.
Hmm.
It's like the 2000s are cool now because it's 2025.
Where did that time go? That's what I want to know.
What the hell? I know.
When are kids going to start buying CDs again? That's my next question.
I know. Well,
Well,
I
they're
still
buying
got my
vinyl.
whole collection. It's just sitting, collecting dust because I feel like it's a waste of money to throw all that hardware away.
Right. You keep it in a Tupperware or something like that. And it's like, I'm going to need these. I don't know when, but
I
I'm
know
going to
when
need
when
them.
the apocalypse hits and the internet goes down,
Yeah,
it'll
and
happen.
anytime that could happen. Well, I mean, it's fiber networks today. Anyway, we're going on that. But we'll start off here for the first thing. The brand new song, of course, that we're playing heavy rotation here, Afterlife from Evanescence, of course, and went rocketed up the charts, which was so cool to see. And it was all in collaboration with the new Netflix show from Devil May Cry. And I've noticed that you are the go-to woman when it comes to needing a song for Ballerina, Devil May Cry, Gears of War from a few years ago. So how do you become associated with like these projects?
Man, um, I guess like in one sense, like I just identify with like counterculture.
Mhm.
Like that's sort of my world. I am a gamer. I love The Legend of Zelda.
Oh
Like
my
I
gosh.
I think in more ways than just being a girl of like dark rock. I think
Mhm.
it's maybe to some degree like a taste and personality thing as well.
Sure.
This is all stuff that I'm into. So it's really exciting to be tapped by franchises and people that you're a fan of in the first place. I mean, Devil May Cry is something I had to kind of really learn about when we
Mhm.
started doing it. It's the world that I'm in, but yeah, I got to really find out about it from seeing this new show and loving the new show
Mhm.
from the whole beginning of making Afterlife and talking to Alex about what was going on and just watching it and being like, oh, okay, this is gonna be a fun year.
This
Like,
falls under
this is
my
good.
wavelength here.
Yeah.
Okay, you said gamer, and you are talking to one of the biggest gamers out here. So here's
Okay.
my Zelda tattoo. I've got
Oh,
Ocarina of Time.
that's my favorite game of all
We could. All right, you know what? Whatever we had planned talking about, screw it. We're
time.
talking
Great.
Ocarina of Time for the rest of
Great.
this day.
Great, because that's my next mission is to haunt the people making the Legend of Zelda movie, which they are making now,
Mhm.
until they let me make music for it.
I
That's my
mean,
goal.
it kind of fits, right? It
Yeah,
fits perfectly
yeah,
around for you. I
yeah.
don't see why
That'll
this couldn't be a thing.
that's the goal.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So this is it right here. I'll send this off to Nintendo with the people I don't know there, but
Go ahead.
we'll
You
make it
just keep
happen.
bothering them. Just keep bothering
Shigeru, we
them.
need you. Come on now.
Yeah, please.
So, all right. Well, in that case, have you gotten Nintendo Switch 2 yet? And so that way you can get the
No,
upgraded Breath of the
no,
Wild
I'm
and stuff.
ready. I'm excited to get it. I have not done it yet. I
It's
still have my first one with the very cracked screen because I've fallen asleep playing too many times and it fell out of
yeah.
my hands in bed.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you now, Tears of the Kingdom, I was very I mean, I love playing it and it was fine on the original Switch, but once you pop it onto that new display and everything's so smooth,
Oh.
it becomes way more of a pleasurable experience and you don't realize
Oh.
it until you try it. So
Okay, great.
after this call, just call up Target or something,
Okay.
whatever.
All right, I'm in.
You'll get one. So
Killer.
Afterlife, big song for you guys. And now to kind of go along with that, the new movie that came out, the John Wick movie of ballerina,
Yeah,
or the in the world of John Wick, you
right.
have the Hand That Feeds with Halsey, as well as Fight Like a Girl with K-Fly. I love Hand That Feeds, and it looks like you're
Thank
just
you.
having an absolute blast when you guys were making the music video.
Yeah, we were. I got to like throw knives. What's funny, is I had like, just a few minutes on the side while they were filming something else to work with the stunt coordinator to like learn how to throw a knife, at least so that it looks convincing coming out of your hand. I don't
Right,
have
yeah.
to really stick it. They're gonna film that separate and all that.
Right. They have
Um,
post-production, it's
and
fun.
of course they're like not sharp knives, they're like plastic, like hard
Mhm.
plastic knives.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's showing me, I'm trying the moves. It's
Mhm.
very embarrassing. I have plenty of footage of me not doing a very good job. Um,
We need some
I
behind the
may or
scenes
may
stuff.
not choose to upload at some point in the middle of the
We
night.
gotta see it. Put it on your
Um,
Instagram, we gotta know.
but I just want to say to my credit, they were filming me and I just had to do it over and over and over again.
Mm,
Looking cool. And
yeah.
I totally stuck it at least 2 times out of 100. And it's funny that I stuck it because I wasn't throwing at anything that it should stick in. It was
Mhm.
like fabric on a wall and I'm throwing a knife that is not sharp. So when it
Yeah.
stuck, I was like, okay, just imagine if this was a real knife. Like I would
Oh,
have stuck it even more times.
yeah, what if
We did
give
have a
me
lot
the
of
real
fun.
deal here, okay?
Yeah, we had a blast. It was great.
So, and what's kind of cool behind your writing of the song is that you had to watch the movie. You had to connect with the character, which I kind of think even when with your work with Gears 5, which again, Gears 5 fan all the way back here.
Oh, wow.
So more Gears of War for you and more gaming.
Nice.
You have to understand the character. Like Gears 5, you had to understand Kate. With
Yes.
Ballerina, you
Right.
had to understand the character as well too.
Yeah.
And I feel like around that time, movie soundtracks are not as huge as they used to be. I mean, like that was the thing, and now it seems like they're kind of having a resurgence,
It's
and
time.
it's time. And
Yeah.
like you're creating some of these songs for that.
Yeah. That was
So
always a dream of mine. So,
right,
yes, and we want to bring that back.
yeah, absolutely. And so when you kind of went into the writing of that character, do you have to like kind of pick your favorite scene, or
Yeah.
how does that kind of work?
Yeah, for me, Hand That Feeds was Halsey's baby. That started with her. Like we did that together. We worked on that song together and both wrote
Sure.
on that song. But that was her core idea that she brought, and I was like, oh, after I'd been working on my baby, which was Fight Like a Girl with Tyler Bates.
Mhm.
So for me, I'll talk about that one first of all,
Sure.
because for Fight Like a Girl, that line came from a scene. Like, I love the movie. I don't typically go for like super violent like action films, just to be honest. Like if
It's
I'm gonna
John
sit
Wick
and
for you,
choose a
man.
film. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But it is such a riot. It is so
Mm.
much fun. Like you get to a point after, I don't know, 100 kills where
Yeah.
you start appreciating the creativity and just start like laughing. Like
Yeah.
I just was having so much fun watching it. It feels so good
Mhm.
to see a woman kicking ass right now. I mean,
Yes,
it's
it's awesome.
exactly what I want to feel.
And what a
So
perfect world to put it in is John Wick, right?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
for the reason then you give it this and it's like this all makes sense. This all makes sense for this.
totally.
Yeah.
So for me, like I watched the movie several times and just kind of trying to think for like some lyrical anything to grab onto.
Mhm.
Tyler had the feeling. He's the score composer for all the John Wick films and
Yeah.
many more films. They're very cool. So the feeling was there and I knew the vibe, but it's like, what's the line? And that line where the trainer is telling Eve like she needs to not play by his rules. Like you have to find it your own way,
Yeah.
like improvise, cheat, do whatever it takes, fight like a girl. And I was like,
Yeah.
ooh, that's right.
That
It
kind
is
of fits. That
fight like a
works.
girl. So I
Right.
just started a note in my phone, and it just said, "What does it mean to fight like a girl?" And I just started listing stuff.
Yeah.
And then the song kind of snowballed from there and happened really fast. And I reached out to Kay Flay because we got to that bridge
Mhm.
and it was sounding so cool. But I was like, I don't know what to sing on that. That needs to be like Rage Against the Machine. That needs to be
Yes.
like,
Right.
and I was like, oh my God, Kay Flay. What if Kay Flay comes in here and raps her thing on top of that? And I always wanted to work with her anyway. And I love her so much. And she
Mhm.
was so easy to get a hold of, super cool, super nice, super on it. Like she was
Yeah.
on tour, and from saying I want to talk to Kay Flay, I think it was like 25 minutes later or like two
Mm.
hours later. Like the same day I was talking to her, we are having a whole conversation where I was like making my pitch. I was like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna send it to you right now. Here's the deal. I'm gonna send you the movie. I hope you like it. And
Yeah.
that night she was like, oh, hell yeah, I love this. I know just what to do. Like, I got it. And she was like demoing it from the road. We just had a blast together too.
I feel like if you get a call from Amy Lee, you don't ignore it. Like there's an
I guess it
opportunity
depends
here.
on who you are, but
Right.
yeah, no, yeah.
So, and to kind of go, because I'm a voice actor, I like doing voice acting as well.
Oh,
And speaking of to the counterculture as well, you were featured voice in the Metalocalypse episode that they did.
yeah.
Like
Just, I mean, a cameo.
very quick, but
I
nonetheless,
would have loved to do more.
oh,
I would love to be a voice actor on something.
Brendan
That's my
Small
dream
and
job.
just his weird world of
Yeah.
Metalocalypse that he created, and then I see your voice in there, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's so
Well,
cool.
are you like an Adult Swim fan? Are you like old school,
Oh
like
yeah, old
small?
school Aqua Teen Hunger Force,
Okay,
like that stuff.
me too.
Oh man,
That's me. That's my thing.
yeah.
So, to do that, even though it was just a tiny little bit part, I totally got to meet him,
Oh yeah.
uh, and we did like a Zoom like this, and he directed me through like my parts, which was
Really?
really cool. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So you want to do more voice acting stuff in that
Yeah,
case?
I actually, that is what I was doing to pay the bills in high school a little
Oh,
bit.
that's
My
right.
dad is a radio DJ. He's you. He's like radio
Mhm.
DJ, was a program director for a while and did a lot of voice work. So he was like, I can get you some gigs of the bitchy teenager if you want to do that. And I was like, yes, I want to do that. So that's usually me in some random Alaska commercial.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. See, it's got to start somewhere. Like you get that comfortability behind the microphone, whether it be singing, whether it be voice
Yeah.
acting, whatever it may
Yeah.
be, and
Yes.
it kind of just sprawls out from that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of that's cool to see, and I hope to see you in more random. All of a sudden, Amy Lee's in this, and it's like, oh okay, why not?
I
Sounds like
know,
a
why
plan.
not? I just
Let's
why
do it
not?
up.
Life is short. Do everything you want now because
Yes,
no tomorrow.
I know, because then eventually you're 38 years old on a single day, and you're like, shit, where did that
That's like
time go?
that's old. 38's awesome.
Yeah. So I know I'm running out of time. I don't have a ton, but I'm going to get a couple more things. I noticed that Emma Anzai is in the band now with you guys,
Yeah.
which is from
Yeah.
Sick Puppies. How did that kind of come together?
I have been her fan for a million years. We met in like we really got to know each other in 2007.
Mhm.
We've known each other forever. We toured together back then
Yeah.
and on like the same tour, like they were opening for us, and we really hung out and really um made friends on a deeper level, especially back then. But still,
Mhm.
like women in heavy music are a pretty tight-knit group,
Yeah.
like, because there
Oh, yeah.
aren't that many of us still. There's
Mhm.
more and more and more, which is amazing. But
Yeah.
especially back then, it was just like this rare bird to
It
see in the
was.
wild and be like, "Hey, come here. You're one
Yeah.
of me. Can we talk for a second?" So, like, me and Emma became friends right away, and she's extremely talented,
Mhm.
extremely professional. She is in it for playing the bass. Like, she
Extremely
is
active on stage too. Holy,
incredible stage
holy mackerel.
performer.
Wow.
Everything about her, I just love Emma. And we talked, over the years about wouldn't it be cool to have like a side band
Yeah.
just with like all the chicks, like do
Yeah.
some cool thing. And that never worked out. But I just always wanted to work together. And it finally, we were finally in a position where it was like we needed somebody. And I called her first. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, I was like, well, first of all, I was like, "Would you play guitar?" And she's like, "That no, I'm a bass player."
Mhm.
And I spoke to Tim, and he was like, "Oh my God, this is what I want. I've been wanting to switch it up. Like, guitar is my original instrument. This is perfect. I need a change." And I was like, and he was like, "And nobody's better than Emma." And I would be very critical of any bass player after playing bass in this band for that many years. So it was just like a very like came together perfectly moment, and we've all just felt blessed by her presence.
Yeah.
I have a true sister in the band.
Mhm.
Like, it's been great. We're a good team.
Yeah.
And Emma kicks ass. So
It's
that has been a huge bonus for us. Like we feel complete at this point.
Well, having two powerhouses on stage like you guys, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. So, absolutely. So
Thank
I
you.
got a couple more. I'll round it out just for the heck of it. I was watching Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins. He has this new interview show, which is great, and he was talking
Hmm.
to Paul Stanley of Kiss.
Mhm.
And I was finishing up that interview last night because I love doing that and love listening to artist stories. And he asked this question I wanted to ask you, and it's obviously a different world. He's been doing it for 50 plus years at this point,
Yeah.
and he asked the question, and I'm going to ask you as well too. Would you say that you've achieved what you wanted? And if not, what do you still want to achieve? And he did
What
the same thing.
well, think about it, like what I wanted.
Hmm.
What I wanted as like a 16-year-old kid
Yeah.
it has grown and changed.
Mhm.
Yeah, I got what I wanted. I got way more than I wanted. And then you grow and continue to grow and continue to imagine new things.
Yeah.
So, like along the way, there have been times when I couldn't make things happen the way that I wanted to.
Mhm.
There were times when I was like, I don't know if this is me anymore. I think I need to stop and find myself again, like
Yep.
between albums, and let it die. Let it die in my mind. Like, imagine never doing that again and
Mhm.
be okay with that. And come back to it only because, like, I wanted it so bad. Not because the timing was right, not because somebody was telling me it would make a lot of money, not for any of those reasons, always, every time, because it's in my soul and that is who I am and what I need to be doing, what I was born to do. I couldn't have had that thought really fully when I was a teenager, like conceiving this.
Right.
I just knew we had this many songs that I was obsessed with, and it was a world that I could see like a peek into, and I knew I wanted it really bad, and that did happen.
Yeah.
It really did happen for us. But I think after that, you continue to like learn about yourself and learn what you're capable of by just trying,
Mhm.
and I don't know. I everything I wanted, yeah, but that changes all the time, and there's plenty more that I want.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we're still you and I are very close in age, so there's still plenty more years.
That's
And
right.
Paul Stanley,
Absolutely.
he's called a day with Kiss, even though Kiss never really ends, does it? And it's a beautiful thing, and that's
The
okay.
farewell to the farewell to the farewell tour.
Exactly. So last question I'll ask you, and it's probably the most important one out of this entire interview.
Okay.
How is Simon the Cat doing?
That's so funny you say that because I was just doing an interview with somebody who was like a major pet lover, and I was like, so sweet. I'm gonna bring Simon into the studio and like show him off because he's really
Yes, a
like
cat.
this big. But he's so large and his fur is so long that he has to actually go to the groomer once a month and like
Hmm.
just get it brushed out.
Oh
He's great. He's like 22, 23 pounds.
that's a huge cat.
We can no longer fly with him.
No, I
We
would think
um
not.
we were. He's great at it. He's really sweet. Like he'll just go to sleep in the carrier, totally great. But he really was struggling to fit in the approved size for the plane. So
Too big of a cat.
he is now bound to the house, but
Yeah.
he's happy.
Oh
Thanks for
man.
asking.
Amy, it's such a pleasure chatting with you. I could sit here and talk about Zelda for the rest of the day and Simon the Cat. So, but I know you got a busy schedule. The one thing I ask you to do, because we're on a Zoom call and I have to do a what do you call it, a still image
Oh,
for the blog. So if you want to do a
okay.
funny face, I don't care what you do. I do what
Okay.
I do.
Are
So
you in it?
I'll be in it too. So we're all part of this.
We're in. Let's go.
And well, I'll count down 3, 2, 1. Still shot for 2 seconds, and we'll roll. So 1 or 3, 2, 1.
I wasn't
Perfect.
looking into the camera eye. Do it again. I
Okay.
was
All
looking
right. All
at
right.
your face.
Okay. And all right. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Oh, Amy, thank you for being you.
Thank
Thank you so
you. You're
much.
fun to
And
talk to. Great
uh
tattoos. We like a
yeah,
lot of the
dude.
same shit.
Now go buy yourself a Switch 2 so you can play
Okay.
Tears of the Kingdom in full smooth
I
HD.
should. I should.
Just saying.
All right.
Ocarina of Time.
Happy birthday again.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.
Thank you so much, Amy. I'll see you later.
You too. Bye.